Just to give you a quick overview of the green-white tokens deck in its current form, we've got Allegiance Landing as an early token generator that can transform into a Danto to make more tokens. We've got Llanowar Elves for acceleration, 2 Seal Away as removal, although now that the mono-red deck is less popular, maybe we can replace it with a card that's better against control decks, so I'll probably get back to Seal Away in a second. Then Migration as our 2-mana token generator, which we can also play for 6 to make 4 tokens. Song of Freyalise, which is kind of the mana engine in the deck, and of course the third mode is great against any creature deck. Then Shanna, dodges, Seal Away, Cast Out, so pretty nice threat against control decks. Sapherd to make more tokens, also goes well with our Saproling synergies. A Cast Out, which maybe we want an additional Cast Out instead of Seal Away against control. Shalai, which we definitely also would want more copies, but we're currently out of wildcards. Protects us from Cellar Wreckage, pumps the team, works well with Song of Freyalise if you have extra mana. Spore Swarm to make 3 tokens at instant speed, so we can kind of play around counter spells against a control matchup. Then 3 Huatli, which is a big card draw engine in the deck. If you have 4 or more tokens in play, you can +1, immediately get to 8 or more loyalty, and on the following turn ultimate, get an emblem that says when a creature enters the battlefield, draw a card, and that's usually enough to win most games. And then 4 Tendershoot Dryad is our big finisher, giving Saprolings +2/+2 if we have the City's Blessing, and making a Saproling every turn. And then the mana base is pretty simple. We're missing additional copies of Sunpetal Grove, but now we're stuck with 4 Scatter Groves, 2 Sunpetal Groves, and some basics. Maybe cut 1 Seal Away for another card here. So this can give our creatures +X and trample, where X is the number of creatures we control. I guess in the same vein we could also add Pride of the Conquerors, but it's kind of a very similar card. Could be that Pride is better than Appeal. Could also even consider Pride Sovereign as another token generator, but it is pretty vulnerable to spot removal, where the rest of the deck usually isn't. But looking at the curve, I guess I don't mind trying a Pride Sovereign instead of an Appeal to Authority, since we are pretty light on 3-drops, so if we do have the turn 1 Llanowar Elves, we don't really get to take full advantage of ramping into a 3-drop right away. So I don't mind trying out a Pride Sovereign here. This hand's pretty slow, don't have any of our accelerators or early token generation, but it's probably still fine. Opponent has turn 1 Llanowar Elves. Alright, could be... Ooh, an Explorer deck. Should be reasonable against the Explorer deck, I think. The awkward thing about Pride Sovereign is, since our deck is pretty heavy on 4-drops, you don't really get to exert the Pride Sovereign on the following turn necessarily. So our opponent's going off here. So we could play our Angel. Could keep up mana to both represent Pride Sovereign activation or Spore Swarm end of turn. I think we just say go. Don't want to run Shalai into a Ravenous Chupacabra. Jadelight Ranger. That's a pretty good one here. Wow, that's aggressive. So we could block and exert. Or we could Spore Swarm and then next turn Tendershoot Dryad. That might be better. So I'll just block the 1-2 here. I guess we could, let's see, let's count. So next turn 5 mana, 3 tokens. I think we don't want to trade a token for a Llanowar Elves here. Otherwise we won't have the City's Blessing. Ooh, Cast Out is also interesting, so now we have the option of Exert plus Cast Out, which might be better than Tendershoot Dryad here. Although Tendershoot Dryad would give us the City's Blessing, and we could hit them for quite a bunch, but then we might take a lot of damage on the way back as well. Probably still better. Yeah, it's probably fine. I guess we could attack with the Pride Sovereign and leave back a token instead. Might be better since the tokens are more disposable than Pride Sovereign. What do I think of the green-black Explorer deck? I mean, if it starts off with Wildgrowth Walker and Caravel into Jadelight Ranger, it looks pretty good. But it's still going to be weak to control decks in general. And decks that are going to go over the top of it, since in the end, besides making big creatures, it's not like it's really doing anything special. I think this is fine. Can't afford to double block, otherwise we take lethal. Don't want to throw away the Tendershoot. And we get to untap with Tendershoot Dryad. And now we have Pride Sovereign, Exert plus Cast Out, so I feel pretty safe. I'll attack with 2 tokens here. I think we wait a turn on Shalai. Keep up Cast Out for now. Opponent gets back Jadelight Ranger. So do we get rid of the Caravel or the Wildgrowth Walker? Probably just the Wildgrowth Walker. So they don't gain all the life, and they're both just big creatures. And then Tendershoot plus Shalai. Oof. Vraska is a painful one. But Shalai will be able to protect Tendershoot Dryad at the very least. Alright, so end of turn, activate Pride Sovereign. Could also cycle this first in case we draw something else. It's probably better. Ooh, Song of Freyalise. Hold on a second. So, Song of Freyalise. We might be able to Shalai and then activate. Yeah, we just have enough. So this turn we won't be attacking, but we can put +1/+1 counters on all our creatures. And that should be pretty powerful here. And then eventually Song of Freyalise goes off and can just decimate our opponent. Yep. Probably have to kill our angel here. No, opponent's going after the enchantments. Could just activate our angel end of turn, untap, activate it again, and I don't think our opponent's coming back from that since the angel just kills Vraska all by herself. So this hand is a little sketchy if we don't find a third land. Some Llanowar Elves would be fine as well, Song of Freyalise is fine, so I think this is probably keepable. It would be a snap keep on the draw, but on the play it's a little sketchier. So, did not find a land, but did find a Llanowar Elves, which is reasonable as well. Hopefully they don't kill it. Alright, so it is an Esper control deck, so they could have Golden Demises. Don't really care about Settle the Wreckage. Doomfall, that's fine. Our hand is pretty interchangeable. So they might just take the Tendershoot or the Huatli. Take the Tendershoot. I think I like resolving our Planeswalker here. Unfortunately, we're one creature away from being able to ultimate next turn. But still put some pressure on the opponent to deal with our Planeswalker. Alright, fair enough. So here we have to consider both counterspells and sweeper effects. If we main phase a Spore Swarm, then we get wrecked by a sweeper. If we wait, we could get wrecked by a counterspell. I think we want to just play the Sapherd and then attack with Elves and 2 tokens. Since if we're not going to take advantage of the instant speed on Spore Swarm, we might as well Sapherd. Probably just want to attack with 3 tokens. Although I guess we still have a few token generators in hand, so I don't mind getting Zelda Wreckaged. Seal away instead, alright. Now we're definitely keeping up Spore Swarm.
I advise that you yield. How convenient. An excellent choice.
Alright. Could just give him the hard counter, but Blink of an Eye doesn't do much against us. So sure, have a blink. Think we just ignore Karn here, since we get to kill our opponent in 2 attacks, and ooh, that's a good one. So, yeah, Huatli plus. I guess we... Yeah, it doesn't matter. Opponent's probably going to use a blink anyways. Guess we can attack first. Give him less information. They might just blink a token. Seal away instead. Fair enough. So we could have had one more loyalty on Huatli. Don't think that matters.
If I'm this, my strength is our strength.
So now they need an answer to Huatli, and they need to give up Cellar Wreckage, which is going to be a challenge. They could just bounce Huatli with Blink of an Eye and then still have Saddle Up, but then we just replay Huatli, do the same. Alright, Blink of an Eye kicked. So no 4 mana for Saddle. Yet.
Some solutions must be built.
Alright, that works. So they won't be dying this turn. They could also have a counter spell for Huatli. I think we just attack with everyone first, see what happens. D1 extra loyalty on Huatli is not gonna matter. Alright, and now we kind of force them to act first. Opponent takes it, that's interesting. So they're down to 1. I'm just gonna Huatli plus. Still have plenty of loyalty to work with.
My strength is our strength.
Alright, opponent scoops it up. This hand is a little heavy on the Song of Freyalise. Don't think we can keep. If one of these songs were a Saproling Migration, this would be a snap keep. But right now we're looking at turn 2 Llanowar Elves, turn 3 Song, maybe Huatli, but no tokens. So we'll go to 6. And this hand's okay. Still missing the tokens part, but some decent cards otherwise. Alright. So I don't know if it's worth it to play a Song of Freyalise here, since it's not going to do anything with our current hand. So play Song this turn. Next turn we could play Shalai, and then gives this and the Llanowar Elves an extra token. That's okay. If we top deck a token generator, that could be better. But if we're up against, let's say, blue-white control, they counter Shalai, then this does nothing. I think we wait. Alright, Knight of Grace. So now that we know we're up against some sort of white aggro deck, definitely changes our evaluation of the song. Alright, looks like mono white aggro. Histro Benalia not bad. But Shalai doing a good job of holding the fort. Ooh, Tendershoot Dryad, that's a great one. Yeah, we'll just Tendershoot here, and then next turn we can go Song of Freyalise into Huatli. Keep Shalai back. Not in a hurry to win this game. Alright, so this hand is developing nicely. If they're mono white, they don't have a ton of answers to the Tendershoot, and Tendershoot has hexproof thanks to Shalai, so they'll need to answer Shalai first. Ooh, Shanna is great as well. We've got a wealth of riches here. So I would like to have Shanna back on defense, since she prevents a ton of damage from the Histro Benalia shenanigans. So it could be okay to wait a turn on Huatli, not really in a hurry. So we'll just play Shanna here. since I don't want to tap all 4 creatures to play Huatli. Say go. So history happens. And the Legion's Landing, that's fine. So, opponent flips the landing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So your opponent could have the trick giving +2/+2, which would make blocking Shanna on the Knight of Grace pretty bad. So instead I'll block Shanna on the 5/4 Knight. And then I'll double block... let's see. Yeah, it's probably still fine. And then double block the other knights with 2 tokens. This way, let's say the trades happen, then we lose 1 creature, but Shanna's still gonna be a 6/6, so it's not gonna die. And if they have the trick, then we still get to kill both creatures. So this seems fine. And let's see if they have the +2/+2 trick I'm talking about. Alright, first strike happens. And damage happens, alright. So that worked out. I guess removal spell on Shalai. Yeah, that's annoying. So now they can kill Shanna as well. Alright, so didn't work out perfectly, but I think we'll still be okay. Get to play Huatli plus and be in ultimate range.
My strength is ours.
I'll put a stop on main phase as well. Alright, so do we attack with any tokens? I don't think we do. So now another removal spell on a Tendershoot Dryad could be annoying. But we can still try and win the game with Huatli Emblem. And I put a stop on main phase in case we top deck a Spore Swarm, so we can flash it in before Song of Freyalise reaches the 3rd chapter. Bodyguard on Marshall. And no removal on Tendershoot, please. Alright, I'm okay. Let's see, these are both attacking us. So there's no real reason to block here. They could still have a cast out from the Tendershoot, which would make blocking the knight pretty bad. I guess taking it is kind of risky if they have a bunch of flyers, like the 2/1 Aspirant. I guess I'll throw 1 plant in front of the Marshal. If they kill Tendershoot, so be it. Nah, that's actually pretty bad. I won't block. Alright, Shalai. Yep, it's pretty good. Alright, so Migration's not bad here. So we get a free roll attack with Llanowar Elves and then get to draw 4 as well. So I don't think we can kill our opponent with a -1 from Huatli. So let's make our free roll attack first. Of course, creatures having indestructible thanks to Song of Freyalise, as well as trample. Alright. So let's -8, get an emblem, play this kicked, draw 4 cards. I would like to draw a card. Yes, please. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'll take another one. Yeah, sure. Why not? And play land, say go. Alright, so something pretty strange needs to happen for us to lose this one. Even something like a Cellular Wreckage to buy them a turn doesn't kill us, since Shalai, I guess Shafat Junes on Shalai is a 2-turn clock. But yeah, now that we picked up Cast Out, we should be in good shape. And I don't think our opponent's going to be playing Cellular Wreckage in their mono-white aggro deck. Alright. Make a token, draw a card. Another Huatli. Not bad. So we can minus on a random token.
From the will of many, the might of one.
Make sure to attack with enough to have lethal, but not too much where we walk into a Cellular Wreckage. Seems like enough. And then if they do settle, we have Cast Out for Shalai. Alright, Danto, it's not gonna do it here. Block, 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 block. Yeah, they're still dead. Alright, sweet. Alright, yeah, we could have also used Cast Out on their Cast Out since we had the Shalai underneath to protect against Cellular Wreckage. But I guess we could have still responded to a Cellular Wreckage with Cast Out on Cast Out, but yeah, I did forget about that as well. And this hand's okay. Could have used an extra token generator to go with Song of Freyalise, but getting to play Shanna is not bad either. Shanna into Song of Freyalise. Into Spore Swarm. And we don't mind if the first song gets countered. Ooh, a Zelfern Void. So that's an interesting inclusion. Think we still play our untapped land. And then I guess we might as well attack for one. There's no flash creature I need to be concerned about. So now we're hoping to draw more token generators, essentially, so we can take advantage of Song of Freyalise. That's a good one. So, could Spore Swarm right now, pump Shanna. Would be unfortunate if it gets countered though. And I don't think the damage matters compared to resolving Spore Swarm, since that's pretty important for our game plan. So I think we just attack for one. Say go, see what they do. Opponent also just passes. So now we can Spore Swarm if it gets countered, resolve Huatli. So not sure what we're up against here. Yeah, I should also put a stop on main phase just in case. Blink of an eye on Song of Freyalise. That's fine. Think that works out pretty well for us, although drawing a third one doesn't help. Yeah. Huatli plus next turn we can ultimate. Seems fine.
Face me. My strength is our strength.
And do we play the Scattered Groves or not? I'm tempted to keep it with a triple Song. If they play a sweeper, however, and we top deck Tendershoot Dryad, then we're gonna want it in play. And the fact that they bounce the Song also kind of indicates that they might have a sweeper. Not a ton of cards that interact with Huatli here. In blue-red, they can bounce it maybe. Oh yeah, if Huatli reaches ultimate, you just cash her in. Don't need to be greedy. Alright, Sweltering Suns. So what now? Probably cycling the Scattered Groves. So now we're in a spot where we just need to find any token generator to win the game, since the first one's gonna draw us into the second one and so forth. Could be in trouble if they just have a million counter spells. Alright, Mirari Conjecture. It's a nice one. But this is a nice one as well. Think we hang on to the two other Songs of Freyalise. I don't think a control deck can realistically beat the emblem from Huatli here, unless they have a very fast win condition. But that doesn't look to be the case here. For opponents playing Mirari Conjecture as kind of their card advantage engine. So we don't mind if they use Sweltering Suns. Alright, kind of on empty now though.
Let's end. My strength is our strength.
Yeah, opponent could do some damage with the third mode here if they have some burn spells. And opponent does get to draw 4 cards, so far the opponent has drawn more cards than us. But hopefully that's gonna change. Main deck negates. Main deck negates.
My strength is our strength.
Yeah, our opponent could have Fight with Fire in their deck as a win condition to deal 20 in one shot. Gets back negate. Well, we've drawn all our Huatli, so can't draw any more.
My strength is our strength.
So the remaining cards in our deck are all pretty good. Just lands, one more Song of Freyalise would be a bad draw, but then every creature is a good draw. Hour of Devastation, sure. It's a good one.
My strength is our strength.
Do they have instant speed removal for Tendershoot, or do we get to make a token? Could be their opponent's not playing any Essence Scatter since they figured their red removal can win the game. What is this? Copy that spell, so essentially Mirari Conjecture on a stick. Fair enough. Playing Huatli. So next turn, if we... Alright, they did have instant speed removal for Tendershoot, that's unfortunate. Alright, do they have a fight with fire to kill us? Yep. Alright. That'll do it. Looks okay. Could use 1 or 2 more lands. So turn 2 Seal Away, turn 3 Sapherd, turn 4 Song of Freyalise into stuff maybe. Alright. And oof, that's a relief. The fact that they're playing Shafadjuns means that they're Sunscorched Desert rather, means that they're probably not gonna have a Chain Whirler in their deck, which is the best card against us. So tempted to run out Migration here. But I think it's better if we keep up Seal Away in case of an Ancrop Crasher or just getting rid of the Rigging Runner. Alright, just a Buccaneer. Could be stuck on single red. Alright, drawing a land here is good. Let's play a Sapherd. And I'm fine trading. I would prefer to keep our tokens around to combine with Song of Freyalise, but I'm fine just trading here as well. So Firebrand's gonna kill the 1/1. We'll take 4. And then we can go Song of Freyalise into Migration. Ooh, it's a spicy one. I think we still go Song of Freyalise into Migration. And then next turn we can Spore Swarm or Tendershoot Dryad, we'll see. Definitely gonna block the Kenras if they get in there. Alright. Don't want to take too much damage, and we should have the late game with our hand. So they probably should have done that before blockers. Yeah, seems like an ambitious play. Opponent may be hoping we weren't gonna block, but that seems unlikely. Alright, so I definitely want to put a stop on our main phase for next turn, since we're likely gonna flash in the Spore Swarm. Yeah, I'll just stay on defense. Put a stop on our main phase so we can flash in Spore Swarm before the 3rd chapter. Could have also played the Tendershoot there, but I prefer putting extra creatures in play when the Song of Freyalise is gonna go off. Yeah, I'm probably still gonna block 2 of them. Don't wanna die. I'll take 2, I think. Alright, so in response to this, we can Spore Swarm. Yeah, we could have cast Tendershoot Dryad that turn. Maybe that was fine. So free roll attack for 5. And we should have enough where we can close out the game before we die. Rekindling Phoenix would be the biggest problem. Magma Spray is fine. Alright, so don't have land number 5 for Tendershoot Dryad, but that's okay. Let's attack with everyone. And then we can keep up Spore Swarm. Could also run out Shanna, I guess, which would be fine. Interesting chump block. So Shanna prevents from being targeted from the Kenra's ability. So that's probably a fine play as well. Yep. And now Tendershoot Dryad should lock up the game. Alright, sweet. I also want to thank all my patrons for supporting the channel, and you can do so yourself as well over at patreon.com/LegenVD, where you get cool rewards for supporting the channel, as well as getting us closer to our goals, where with every goal reached, we will release an additional weekly series. So if you want to see more content, Patreon is the place to go.